What you're saying in front of your youngest children causes lifelong issues. You think you are protecting your children, or that you are being okay when you're doing destructive things around your young children, when that is really when literally they don't have the language, but they're taking in the energy and the frequency, and they're absorbing it all. Each of us comes into the world with our own worldview, and that worldview is actually shaped from the crib. And you get from the world what you project into the world, and you project into the world what you were raised with and what you were raised around. Because that same part of the brain that allows you to recognize mama versus daddy and colors and all of that, that's being formed in the earliest months of your life, that same part is taking in vibrationally, socially, not having the language, but taking all of that in, and the synapse either forms in a certain way that protects you for the rest of your life or does not. And when you grow up feeling abandoned, and certainly abandoned from an early age, your worldview is that people are going to abandon you in their relationships. And so you either go into those relationships being very needy and afraid that this person's going to leave me, or you go into those relationships being very jealous and, holding on and having to know where you've been and looking at people's cell phones and all of that because you're afraid that you're going to leave me. And so what happened to you, no matter who you are, is important in understanding why you have the worldview that you do. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time, from Maya Angelou. Because people do terrible things in front of their young children. They say horrible things in front of their young children. They fight in front of their young children. I've talked to so many women who were involved in domestic violent relationships, who were waiting for their kids to get older before they moved, and not realizing that most of the damage will already have been done. I want people to understand, most importantly, that when you are arguing with a friend and they act like they can't hear you because they're arguing so strongly back at you, they really can't because of the way the brain is structured. So when you're in fear mode, anxiety mode, when you're really amped up, both of you need to calm down, take a walk, take a break, and come back. In the many cases where I've seen where people suffer is when they are in denial about what happened to them in the past, or they want to create a facade around what happened to them in the past. The thing that has been the most freeing to me is being able to be truthful about it, to own it, and to not only own it, but to use it as leverage for growth for myself. The thing that I didn't get in growing up is what I most wanted to give as an adult. Everything that has happened to you can also be a strength builder for you if you allow it. And you take that pain once you have acknowledged what it is and where it came from and the people who did whatever they did to you. That is the past. And how you're willing to now take that pain and use it as your own personal power is what post-traumatic wisdom is all about. So you don't have to continually live in the past. You can step up and out of your history, Jay, and let that be your platform to begin to build strength over strength over strength, which in the end equals power for yourself. One of the most important things I have learned with coping is to accept this moment for what it is. Do not spend your energy pushing, and that's whether you are late in traffic or whether you are late on your bills and you don't know where the next paycheck is coming from to do it, don't spend your energy resisting what is. You know, the 5 stages of grief begin with shock and denial and end with acceptance. I have found that to be a great formula for operating in any crisis or challenging circumstance. Get to acceptance as quickly as you can, and that will allow you to cope better with this present moment. This is what it is. Now what must I do to be fully present in this moment, not resisting and pushing against it?